Okay, very simple tutorial, how to make a pillow. First, you draw any pattern you want that lends itself to a pillow shape. You want to be careful not to make it too weird because a lot of the details will be lost when you turn it. So if you're going to make, for example, a star, you can't just make a simple star. You have to account for how it's going to look when it's turned. A hexagon, for example, can end up looking just like a circle. Anyway, so I've drawn and cut out my pattern here, and you can see that the rotary cutter is not perfect. The rotary cutter prefers straight lines, especially if you're working with something so small. So you more likely are going to want to use your scissors, even if that takes a bit longer. I've cut out 2 pieces, and I've put them right sides together. And now I'm going to sew along everything except for an opening down here, and I'm going to leave about 3 fingers worth of space because that allows me to get my fingers all the way in there and turn it around. Okay. So, trick to measuring where you're going to stop and start. Just start. Come here, you. Just start from like here to here. So then you're just sewing in one big circle. Okay. And on my machine at least, it pulls it forward, so you want to aim a little bit before you actually want to start. Okay. So now we're on a corner. We're gonna keep the needle inside the fabric, lift up the foot, put the needle back, we'll put the foot back down, another corner, and if you're ever feeling like, this isn't going so great, you can just stop, lift up the foot, evaluate, you know? Last stop, and we're making sure we're leaving 3 fingers worth of space. Okay. So, we got our little pillow here, and we just snip off the ends. And if you are like me and frequently make mistakes with your stitching, one thing that you may want to do before you go through all the effort of turning it is take a pencil, or any object really, and start poking at the edges. So if it goes through, it means that you need to re-sew that bit. You can also, if you're more skilled than me, start cutting off some of the corners because they'll only be bulky when you turn it. So you want approximately the same amount of space all the way around. And never get rid of your scraps. You're going to use them to stuff the pillow with. And you can use anything that's not hard and not awful. So, for example, I throw away the elastic because it gets hard and awful. Other than that, I keep basically everything. And I am not ashamed. I am a hoarder. Come join my hoarding tendencies. Okay. the thread, get it down. Okay. Okay, so now we just gotta turn it. And you can use a pencil to help you. I just prefer doing it with my fingers. Okay, so remember when I said that, you know, the shapes kind of lose themselves a bit? So you see how this is not exactly the doom doom that I made? But it's fine. Now the stuffing. As you can see here, I have all sorts of scraps. So you can pick anything you want. I like stuffing white fabric with white fabric, though I'm not going to use this just because it's a huge scrap and I might be able to do something with it. Old t-shirts, love them. They're so soft. Okay, and you can see how it's already starting to take shape, and it will take a different shape based on what you stuff it with. If you stuff it with proper filling and cotton, it's obviously going to look a little nicer. The other concern you gotta have with old shirts is that it can have a bit of a musty smell. That should go away if you wash it with some vinegar. But yeah, I have stuffed light colored fabric with red before, and the red showed right through, so absolutely do not do that. And you'll notice I got little thread bits in here as well, because you can stuff it with anything. This is batting. So I'm not going to show you the other part because this is going to take me a while to stuff it and get it all properly, you know, nice, and you probably don't want to stick around for that. But afterwards, you just fold over the opening like that, and then you sew it closed.